Hello guys, so today's video we had to discuss about with Deloitte some SQL interview questions. So we'll discuss. So let's look into first question. First question is write a SQL query to select the second highest salary in the engineering department. They are asking. So for this related, I have created one sample a table and sample data. For this, so first I will create existing table we had to remove and create the table and insert the data. So select a star from employees. So this is the data I have. So for engineering department, question is for engineering department, second highest salary. Okay. So for this, first we have to check with the first max salary. After then, the second max salary. That is only right. Second salary called second highest salary. So first we'll check with select from employees. Select from employees. Here I'll check with maximum salary called as so max of salary as let's assume this is the max salary. Max. Okay, let's first execute this one. Max salary called as so 95,000. Okay, this is the 95,000. We want second highest salary in engineering department, so that is 90,000. So I'll rename this one as so second highest salary. Second highest salary, and where salary less than, in we'll write the subquery. Same thing. Select from employees. Here employees. Okay. Employees correct only. Next to once again we'll check with the max salary and close. So this will get the second highest salary. If I check this one, I'm getting the second highest salary. But the thing is here to select the second highest salary up to this one fine. But we have sample data is fine. But the question is in engineering department specifically. So we'll filter it. So the filter called as mainly here where department equals to engineering. Okay. And outside also we have to check the same thing. So this salary also outside. So outer query, that is under department equals to engineering. So I'm getting 90,000. So this is the second highest salary in the engineering department, this one. Okay. Next, look into another query. Write a SQL query to find the total revenue generated by each product for the current year. So first total revenue we have to find. So total revenue called as, so let's look into the table first. Later we'll look into revenue part. So I'll drop that sales table and to create the sales table and insert the data. Okay. So here I have the data called as, so mainly sale ID, product name, quantity, price per unit, sale date. Okay. Here the question is mainly total revenue. So for total revenue called as mainly here for direct column is not available for total revenue. Okay. So revenue called as first we had to check with the number, that is price per unit, that is first column confirmation. And how we can check with the revenue, that is quality multiplies price per unit, then we'll get the revenue. Okay. So same thing we had to do. So first quantity multiplies price per unit and sum, and that is total revenue. After then generated by each product. So product called as mainly each product. So product name. So group by product name. Next thing for the current year. So current year called as we have to apply with the current year. That is where condition where sale date equals to 2025. Okay, like this. But we have to we are not here. 2025 is fixing the number, but we are not fixing any number. If it is next year also, we'll get the current year date. Okay, current year. So that we have to apply where year function. So we'll get the year of sale date equals to get the year, that is year of get date. Okay, current year we'll get. So let's try this one. First to select from sales. So here column names are first sum of quantity. First I'll check with this one, quantity price per unit. Quantity multiplies price per unit. This one as revenue. Just I'm renaming. Later I will change this one. First I will test this one. Okay, so this is the way I'll get the revenue. For example, quantity 10 multiplies 1000, so 10,000. Okay, now we'll have to this sum, that is sum of, because we are applying with this group by, so that aggregation function is required. So sum of quantity multiplies price per unit. This will get the, this is revenue. Okay, now we have to each product wise. So product name, comma, group by product name. We'll check now. Okay, so each and every product wise we are getting the total revenue. Here I will write the rename to total revenue in place of this total revenue. Okay, now we are getting the total revenue. This one fine. If we check with this product wise, for example, laptop, 10 multiplies 1000, 10,000 plus 5 multiplies 1000, 5,000. So 10 plus 5, 15,000 for laptop. So similarly, other products. And the other condition here we had up to this one, find the total revenue generated by each product for the current year. So we want only to get the current year. So current year called as, here only we have to apply the filter. So where year of sale date equals to year of get date. Okay, get date function. Yes. So now we'll get the current year called as, so for example, current year is 2025 here. These are all 2024. So current year 1000. So 10 multiplies 1000 called as 10,000. Same thing, if I give with in place of year equals to this one, I'll write the year of sale date equals to 2025. Whether it is working or not. Yes. So laptop 10,000. Okay. So this is manually we are giving. So if we will give this function, so if that is any year, okay, so this query is to be perfectly working. Year of get date. Right. Next, look into the another query. Write a SQL query to get the last transaction for each day. So first, the last transaction of each day. So let's create the table. First, I'll drop the table. Already I have created this one. Drop table if exists transactions, and this table is to be dropped. Now I'll create the table. Okay, and transactions. So the data are transaction ID, transaction date, and amount. So here our question is last transaction for each day. For example, if you look into these two dates, these two records, first two records are same date. In this same date, we'll get the last transaction. The last transaction is 2024 08 15 1830. The transaction is 300. Similarly, this one. So here we want the last transaction called as max of transaction date. Okay, so that we had to work. So first this one will give us a subquery only. It is possible. Let's look into first. Select from transactions. Okay, and here transaction date I want, and another way amount, transaction date comma amount. So these transactions are T1. I'll get the transaction date and amount. So here what I can do is I had to filter it out. So filter it max transaction filter is where transaction date equals to, here we'll write the subquery. So in this subquery, how we'll write max of transaction date as date, or else renaming is not required in this way, from transactions T2 and close. So if I execute this part, how it is looking? So I'm getting some transaction date, okay? But here for transaction T1 and T2 if equals to, so for example, where T1 transaction date equals to T2 transaction date, then we'll get the last transaction. Okay. Where transaction date, select max transaction date, transaction T2. Now here we'll write the subquery where I'll convert this cast T1 dot transaction date, no, transaction date as date, okay, equals to cost of T2 dot transaction date as date. Okay. Up to, if this condition is satisfied, then only we'll get the, for each day, the last transaction. Okay. And finally, subquery we had to close. Let's execute this part. Okay. Here I'm getting 3 transactions. So let's check with the records. For first 2 records, I will get the value 300 amount. Next 2 records, I'll get the record 400. So for last transaction, only 1 record, that is 200. Okay. So this way we had to execute. So here only the condition is where transaction date equals to this one. Main, this condition will be executed. So T1 transaction date equals to T2 transaction date, then it is working. Okay. Next, write a SQL query to find the number of occurrences of countries mentioned in the country column. So first here, to find the number of occurrences of countries. So let's drop the table first and create the table and insert the data. Okay. Now the table is customer ID, customer name, and country. So for number of occurrences of countries, so that is count of star. So number of occurrences called as countries. How many the occurrences? Okay. So count of star will get count country comma count of star will get the number of occurrences. So that is only here a question. Find the number of occurrences of countries mentioned in the country column. So let's try this one. Select from customers 1. Okay. And here we'll write the country, comma count of star as occurrences group by country. So now we'll get the each country wise, we'll get the number of occurrences of the country. So for example, if you see the data first to India, 2 countries. Okay, so second record and 5th record. USA first record and 3rd record 2. Okay, UK 1. So that is to find the number of occurrences of countries mentioned in the country column. Next is how to convert a 3-row result into a single column. Okay, so let's look into this one. The 3-row result called as, so first we'll check the result, then we'll identify the answer. If I check the output, select star from results. So here our question is to convert a 3-row result into a single column. So that means, so here result 1, result 2, result 3. So they're expecting result 1, comma, result 2, comma, result 3, like that. Or else any delimiter you can consider anything. The output is looks like that is only. So for this query, we'll use one function called as the string aggregation. So string AGG. Select from results. Select from results. Here we'll use the string AGG of string aggregation of value. So this one ID value comma value. This one as combined result. So here result. Here comma means that is a delimiter. Okay, so whatever the delimiter we are using, that delimiter will have to reflect the result 1, result 2, result 3. For example, if I use with pipe symbol, okay, this one, or else if any space is required, that is also we have to give here. Okay, so these 5 questions are covered in Deloitte interview. So let's practice this one. So thank you for watching. So we'll look into more interview scenario based questions. If you like the content, please like and subscribe. Thank you. Thank you for watching.